Well folks, I'm Ed. Welcome back to the channel. Just a little update on the L322 Range Rover. The title of this video is Any Regrets? We'll get to that a little bit later on in the video. For now, we had a successful drive home. A couple of issues that we knew about already. If you haven't seen the We're Buying a Range Rover video, we now have all of our vehicles on individual playlists. So if you're just joining us on this video, you might want to catch up on everything that's gone beforehand. I'll put a little link down below for the playlist in the description. And if you haven't already, for future updates, click on the little subscribe, etc, etc. We had a successful drive home, and the issues that we knew already were the fact that it only had one key. It was lacking a tow bar, and we had to find a rear parcel shelf as well. On the drive home, we realized that we couldn't open the fuel filler cap properly. There was a little whistling coming from up in the windscreen area, and there was what sounded like was a whole family of mice squeaking away at the front of the engine. So, not sure if you can hear the little squeak or not. Let's try and get a light on the situation. Virtually impossible to see down here. But one of the idler pulleys, there's a very slight bit of movement in it. That would indicate to me that it's on the way out. And as we got it home, it didn't seem too bad, but subsequent to that, it started getting louder and louder and louder. So that was a kind of a little bit of an issue. We decided that we'd have to book it into an independent specialist for a little look, and that'll be subject to the next video. So for now, we have sourced a tow bar. That was £320 used off eBay. We've sourced a parcel shelf, £195. A key. We we were initially quoted by the sales guy somewhere in the region of £150 to replace the key. He was very keen not to do it himself, and I now know why. We effectively got Range Rover. We got a quotation from them. The key itself, a blank key, is £185. And then you've got coding on top of that. Now, initially they quoted an hour's labour, and that would have seemed fine. That puts it at about 350 quid for the key. And then they phoned back and said, oh, your car needs another module in order to recode everything again. That was a further £400 plus the VAT. So we're getting close to £1,000 to add a key to this vehicle. Luckily enough, we found a little mobile service that would come along to the house, and including the £30 extra from coming to see us, we managed to get a second key cut and coded for the car for a mere £320. So first impressions on the drive home is the sheer grandeur of the car. The driving position is commanding, there's plenty of glass out there, and there's good visibility all around. It drives wonderfully, apart from that squeaky noise and whistling noise. We're all right. We'll have an orchestra soon. There's a slightest bit of play in the transmission. I'm not sure whether that's just the four-wheel drive system or not, but either way, the plan is to get it booked into Mr. Land Rover. So hopefully the guys there can give it a once over. And the clock is ticking. We bought this car before Christmas. We're now into the first week of January, and we have got a time limit. Here in the UK, we've effectively got what in the US would be called lemon laws, where a vehicle needs to be in good condition and fit for purpose. We have a 30-day return, no quibble effectively, a no quibble return. If we feel the car isn't fit for purpose, if it breaks down, if it wasn't in good condition, and clearly with the issues that I've stated already, certainly with the squealing noise coming out of the engine. That probably satisfies that requirement. We'll have to find out what it is. A cursory look from me looks highly likely it could be some of the idler pulleys. That's kind of what it sounds like. And when you look side on the belt, there is a little bit of movement from side to side as it rotates around. So the car is going to go to Bicester Land Rover, and they will have a good look around it. Certainly within the 30 days period, we'll figure out what needs to be done, whether it can be fixed easily, or whether it needs to go back to the original supplying dealer to get addressed. And failure of that, we could just turn around and say that we don't see that an average person would feel that this is in a good condition, and we'd like our money back. But after 30 days and up to 6 months, we have a chance still to return the vehicle. However, the dealer would get a chance, one go, at trying to fix the vehicle. If they can't be fixed, at that point, then we are entitled to a full refund. And that's irrespective of whether you've got a warranty or not. A lot of people don't know their rights under the Consumer Rights Act 2015. It's worth a look up, and it applies to cars as does every other good or service that you purchase. So the only other thing that we noticed the first night that we drove the car is, yes, I have it turned up full brightness here. There's no background lighting in here. Not sure whether there should be. It doesn't really look as if there's anything to be illuminated, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm less happy with the fact that these buttons are obviously background illuminated, and around the radio they're obviously not. So that's one thing that needs to be rectified. For the princely sum of 80 quid, I've got a surround that is coming. So the surround, screen surround, that's 80 quid. Let's look at the other costs incurred so far. 16 grand for the purchase of the car itself. There was a buyer's fee of £135 on top of that. And there was a £700 for the 1 year warranty. That could have been much worse. Certainly a warranty from Range Rover would be in the region of 1,500 quid a year. Not sure that they would actually do it on this vehicle. It hasn't got a full Land Rover service history, so we're a bit stuck there. A lot of other warranty companies don't cover vehicles over 10 years old as well, so we're lucky to get a warranty at least with that. We have the tow bar, 320 quid. That's a used one, but it does come with both keys, which is nice to see. It's the Westphalia one, which is the original that is fitted to the vehicle. The rear parcel shelf, 195 quid. All the studs are there. It's not broken, and it's clean for once. So that was a good purchase. Then we have the key, 320 quid. For the extra key. We got the slightly more slimline one, which is always nice and better when it's attached to the key ring. So adding all of that up, all the extras, £949. Add that to the purchase price, the warranty and the buyer's fee, £17,784. The infotainment system is still out of the arc. I think Noah probably had a better navigation system than we do in the Range Rover, so we're going to try and address that. I know iPhones weren't invented until 2007, and Apple CarPlay wasn't invented until 2014 and didn't see its way into vehicles until about 2016 or 17, so that's a fairly new thing. But if we can get some semblance of that, get some sort of use out of the mobile phone in connection with streaming audio, then that would be much appreciated. That's all for future videos. Anyway, let's get the final impressions from myself whilst driving the car home. So to answer the question, any regrets? It's a fantastic machine. The 4.4 TDV8 with the 8-speed box is really the pick of the bunch. There's plenty of power there, moreover bags of torque. It's smooth, it's refined, there's plenty of room in here, it's nice and airy. It does exactly what it says on the tin. If we can just address the few issues that we have, these are the bits and pieces. We just got to finish the car off, and maybe finally get that squeaking sorted at the front, and whatever Mr. Land Rover find to do. Let's cross our fingers and hope it's not too long of a list and it's not going to cost us the earth. That's for a future video. So initial impressions are good. We have spent more than enough already on the car. It's still got to get inspected by the specialist, so we'll see what happens with that. Whether it goes back to the dealer, whether we can fix the little bits and pieces ourselves. It'll be the major stuff that we're worried about though, especially that squeaking from the belts. We still don't know whether we've got a peach or a lemon. Well, that'll be a future video when we have a look at the inspection and the results from that and what's actually wrong with the car. Thanks for sticking by. Thanks for all your support and comments, and well, just another step in the journey of Land Rover and Range Rover ownership. All the best now. Bye bye.